play this game. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game. Why can't you just leave me alone? I have been avoiding this moment my whole life. The descent into platforming manhood. Often regarded as one of the toughest games out there, Kid Chameleon. So before we get started, a word of warning. It's gonna get loud. Before we even get into the game, we should first discuss the story because it's pretty serious. Basically, there's this arcade that has a new game called The Wild Side, which is supposed to make some virtual world for the player, which apparently is real and according to the box, is a kid eater. No. We're playing a game about a game that makes a game out of the fatalities of children. Mind has been blown. This image is so 90s. Let's start with the obvious because it's pretty much a given we're going to be occasionally referencing the Mario Brothers. This green dinosaur looking thing at the beginning may as well be a Goomba or a Koopa Troopa. Can I hit the blocks with my head and crap comes out like in Mario Brothers? Why, yes I can. However, instead of coins we get diamonds. Does each level end with a flag? Well, of course it does. Now, the other big nod to the Super Mario Bros. Franchise is the fact that you do get different suits like in Mario Bros. 3 through the use of hats that drop down. As far as the similarities between the two, that's pretty much it. You're probably wondering if the controls are similar, but I can definitely tell you they're trying. The controls are stiff as shit. If you've ever developed a really good skill set for playing Mario 3, for example, you'll notice right away that you don't have the kind of precision with your character that made you feel like you were in complete control. Here, the jumping feels flat and the movement among the platforms feels dreadfully slippery. Does that make the game bad? Surprisingly no. In some weird way, after a while, you do start to adjust to it. Now, what the hell do I do here? Since I destroyed the block that looked like I could have used it to get up out of this area, I started jumping all over the place looking for hidden blocks, which I did find several of them. Only one problem, none of them helped me. I'm literally jumping in every spot to find a way out of here. When ducking, it kind of looks like there's something down there, but when I search around, I don't find any hidden areas. Wait, what the hell? I can climb the wall with this suit? How would you ever guess that? Think about what I'm wearing. It's a knight's helmet, which if you noticed before, the whole point of it is that it weighs me down enough that I can break blocks with my feet. So can you really blame me for not figuring that out before? You can't climb walls with any other suit. Oh, but the one that weighs me down, that's the one that lets me climb stuff. That's like putting 200 more pounds on Batman, and somehow that makes him move faster. The logic here is astounding. To top it off, the control for climbing the wall sucks. You have to tap the C button all the way to the top. It's not like you can jump at the wall and you're suddenly stuck to it. You literally have to start from the very bottom or it won't work at all. Aside from that complete BS, the first handful of stages really aren't that bad, but if you're paying close attention, you'll notice that these beginning stages are starting to give fairly subtle hints on the pile of hell that's coming your way. Did you see that? Suicide dive! There was no way for me to know an enemy was gonna be sitting right there. And those diamonds you can't jump on. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Halfbit, I saw you ducking before, so I know you can look down below. You're right, I was doing that before. The difference is the clock has less time on it as the levels move on and a lot more to do in the level itself. That means you don't have time to just look around. You have to hurry your ass to the finish line or you're gonna die. And yes, there are clocks all over the place that give you additional time. The problem is there's actually a lot of stages that don't have any clocks on them at all and you're never sure which ones do have them. So again, it only cements the fact that you can't mess around. You have to have your physical gaming prowess going sky high. Wait, I'm stuck? Oh, come on! Damn it! This stage really pissed me off. I never found any clocks and they barely give you enough time to finish it if you make any mistakes or take any time to explore. What really burns up your time are these sections where you have to touch the first set of blocks to blow up the next set. You have to do it right because your suit won't destroy them, which also means you have to know how to do it for each section so you don't waste any of your time. With the first section, you could just do it from the platform closest to them, but in the second, you have to do it from the first platform or you'll screw it all up. There is a teleporter at the bottom if you do mess up, which resets the whole thing, but it's totally pointless because it doesn't reset the clock, which means you've wasted too much time and you're better off dead. How about instead of having these teleporters that reset everything but the clock, you just not obstruct the only way through, or better yet, remove the f***ing clock! Beating this game would be like beating Chuck Norris at a thumb war while a baby chihuahua was munching on your nards as Paula Deen was feeding you prairie oysters that she just cooked off of Satan's ass after he finished a 2-hour workout on an elliptical. Oh, and if you think the pressure isn't enough, there are actually several levels that add this nice little element of terror, and it just goes on and on. That's the other thing that makes this game so challenging, is just the sheer length. There's all kinds of secret ways to make it through, but you never know how far along you actually are. And to make it worse, there's no save feature. None. No passwords, no save states, nothing. You have to do it all in one sitting. And considering you have enemies placed in cheap spots that are designed to trick you, as well as suicide dives that you have to take, an unmanageable clock, and rough controls, you have no choice but to memorize everything, which means you have to play the holy living out of this game. And on the box it says 100 plus levels. Like, you think that's enough? Wait, what? 1,850 screens? Like, what does that even mean? Like, you divided the 100 levels by the amount of average sized television screens it would take to house those levels? What the f*** is wrong with the programmers? Why would you ever want to know that? What, was the Pythagorean theorem too busy for your formulas of figuring out shit nobody wants to know? Stupid assholes. What the fuck? How would anyone ever know the level starts that way, and why would you start me in front of that thing? Even if I try to kill it, it comes back like the T-1000 from Terminator 2. Oh, no, jump, jump! No! And it only gets harder. You'll deal with spots you can't get out of, jump around blocks that disappear on you, get stuck in death traps, watch a Bobos do the do-si-do, use a hoverboard that you can't control, get tricked by moving platforms, slip off of everything, fight frustrating bosses, deal with cryptic hidden spots, and take on a horrific final marathon that feels next to impossible to complete, only to fight the stupidest looking boss I've ever seen. I've come too far, you 12-eyed pump! I will kill him! I will kill him! I will kill him! the manliest of all platforming games, and if you consider yourself a platforming purist, you gotta go through it. It's like a Klingon rite of passage. It's kind of like when you go into a bar and you see that grizzled guy sitting in the corner with his gross-ass beard, holding that bottle of nasty stuff, and he says to you, "Hey laddie, take a swig of this, it'll put hair on your chest." Well, this game will put hair on your chest, it'll put hair on your back, and it'll put hair on your sister's face. This is the crucifix of gaming, and you have to lug it up on your shoulder along with all of gaming sins and drag it from one end of the Genesis library to the other. In other words, holy motherfucker. That's so good. This one's mine too. Throat's happy.